Why is the truth is so important? Because if you ain't got the truth, you ain't even got a damn starting point. And let me tell you something. Your truth ain't going to be found chilling in your comfort zone. Nah, that shit's going to show up when you're deep in that uncomfortable space, the kind that makes your skin crawl. We all out here trying to act tough, trying to be strong. But we want to find that strength sitting pretty in a cozy spot. That ain't how it works, fam. You won't find toughness where you're comfortable. I'm telling you straight, you just won't. The only way you're going to find it is if you throw yourself in the deep end where you're flailing, can't catch your breath, feeling like you're about to drown. But then something inside you says, fuck this, I got this. When you finally come face to face with who you really are, that's when you find your starting point. In your head, you know damn well, man, I ain't doing it. I'm letting too much of my potential go to waste, and the other part of you is stuck suffering in that 80% that's pain, failure, more failure, self-doubt, darkness, and then maybe a sliver of light. But you know what? To reach that light, you got to wade through all that other bullshit. You ain't succeeding. You ain't hitting your goals. And why? Because you're scared as fuck to step into that dark place where the real you is hiding. You out here setting goals that you know damn well you can reach, playing it safe. But when you do that, you ain't really growing. Nah, growth happens when you face that fear, that insecurity, that doubt. You got to set goals that make you sweat, that make you think, damn, can I even do this? That's where you get better. That's where you evolve. So when that alarm goes off at 4 or 5 in the morning and your mind's screaming, hell no, not today, you got to shut that shit down and say, nah, this is what we do now. Cause if you want to get to where you're trying to go, there's going to be a whole lot of pain involved, mental pain, the kind that makes you want to quit. You're going to have to do things you don't want to do over and over and over again. Every damn day, you got to ask yourself, did I do enough today? And when you do that shit long enough, it becomes second nature. Like breathing, you might not want to live that kind of life, but if you want to reach the other side, you got no choice. So if you really want it, you better learn the difference between actually trying and just pretending. Your brain, that's the most powerful damn weapon you got in this world. Straight up, once you strip away all that bullshit, your phones, your computers, all the distractions we got today, what are you left with? Just your brain. And when life comes at you hard, when you're dealing with depression, when you're facing some real heavy shit like death or any of those tough ass times, you can't just Google your way out of that. Nah, man, you're on your own alone in that head of yours. Yeah, you might have a shrink or a best friend to talk to, but guess what? There are 24 hours in the day and you're stuck in your own brain for every single one of them. That brain of yours is talking to you all day, every day, pulling you in every direction, trying to control you. And if you let it, if you can't grab the reins and tell your brain what the hell to do, where the fuck to go, you're done for. You're fucked. You got to be the one in control, calling the shots in your own mind. If not, it's game over. Back in the day, all I knew was hard work. That was my mantra, work hard, but damn, there I was, struggling to memorize a paragraph, trying to pass a test to get into the military, and nothing was sticking. I'd read it again, still couldn't get it read again. Same shit, but you know what? I didn't quit if reading wasn't cutting it. I'd write it out, I kept at it over and over until finally my mind was like, all right, we're gonna figure this out. It was like my brain finally gave in because it realized I wasn't stopping. No matter what, this wasn't some half-assed, let me try one more time situation. Nah, it was, we're going back again and again until this shit sticks. I gave myself no way out, and my mind picked up on that. It adapted, overcame. And that's how I learned to push through. I threw myself into whatever was, immersed myself until it became my new normal. I made hell my home with no escape plan. There was nothing outside of that hell. And I accepted that. I remember watching this segment on TV about Navy SEALs going through training, man. I wasn't even a great swimmer, scared as fuck of the water, all that, but I watched these guys and I saw some of them quitting. But at the end, there were 22 guys left, and the commanding officer gave this badass speech. I started picturing myself as the 23rd guy sitting there with them. I thought, if I could feel that, it would change my life. And what was that feeling I was chasing so damn hard? Respect, accomplishment, victory. I just wanted to win, not by beating somebody else, but by going the distance. It wasn't about anyone else. It was all about me. Proving to myself that I could make it to the end, no matter what it took. Man, let me tell you, back in the day, whenever shit got tough, I quit straight up. I didn't push harder, didn't grind more than the next person. I just gave up. It was always like, damn, if I could just go that extra mile, if I could just finish something for once. I want that feeling of victory. And, you know, victory for me wasn't about beating somebody else. Nah. It was about finishing what I started. So one day I said to myself, what if I could feel what those folks feel when they actually finish the race? I knew that if I could tap into that, it would change my life, and for real. Just by stepping into the fight, by putting myself in the mix, I started to feel that victory. I realized, man, just by going to war with myself every day, setting these crazy ass challenges, these impossible goals, and pushing through these obstacles that seemed unbeatable, I'm growing, I'm leveling up. When you're out here thinking, damn, I'm broken, but I'm still standing, still swinging, still fighting because there ain't no other choice, that's when you start to find real power. Nobody finds their true self without going through some serious shit, trials, tribulations, suffering. Accountability is part of that suffering too, being accountable every damn day, doing right by yourself and the people around you. That's how you measure growth. The more I kept at it, the more confidence I gained. And with that confidence, I started thinking, shit, these Navy SEALs, man, they ain't doing what I'm doing right now. I didn't have no coach, no trainer, no money. I didn't even know how to lose weight. Had no clue what I was doing. I was just out here grinding, sacrificing. But here's the thing, I never would have found these tools inside me if I didn't throw myself into those uncomfortable ass situations. Your true self. That dude only shows up when you're deep in that uncomfortable zone. That's where he comes alive. He's born out of all those obstacles you face and conquer. And once you find him, he's there to stay. So people ask me all the time, how do you do that? And I'm like, you already know how to do that. It's about asking yourself, what if? I could be in the middle of a 200-mile run, body's wrecked, mind's shattered, spirits on the edge of breaking. And I start thinking, what if I can pull this off? I remember when I first walked into that Navy SEAL recruiter's office and the dude looked at me and said, there's only been 35 black folks who made it through in 70 years. And you know what I said to myself? What if I can be the 36th? That what if? That's the spark right there. What if I can pull off the impossible? What if I can become someone that nobody thinks I can be? Just thinking about that makes the hair stand up on my arms because it's that powerful. It's like, what if I can be that guy, the one people call on when shit gets real? That's the mindset that changes everything. So I'm speaking at Tom Fair, a private school. And let me tell you something straight up. You don't need some sky-high GPA or a laundry list of credentials to make it. That shit doesn't matter as much as folks want you to believe. What you really need, the one thing I preach in my book, is that straight up brutal work ethic. You got to be willing to outwork every single person on this planet. Period. People out here, they're ugly, they're nasty, they'll push you to the edge where you just want to choke the shit out of them. But you know what? Fuck him. I stay away from that kind of energy. Now, on this journey of trying to level up, trust me, there's always going to be some shit trying to pull you back down to the sewer you crawled out of. That grime you left behind, it'll grab at your ankles trying to drag you right the fuck back down because you're figuring it out, you're breaking free. Here's the real deal. Anytime you try to step up from being average to becoming something exceptional, people are going to hate on that shit. Those same folks who are comfortable being average, it makes them feel like shit seeing you rise, so they'll judge you for it. And nowadays, it's easy as hell to be a straight up coward. Why? Because we got Instagram, Twitter, all that social media bullshit. Most of these fools won't say shit to your face. They hide behind their screens talking shit like cowards. Don't let those cowards rent space in your fucking head. And here's the last thing, whatever you do, stay hard. When life tries to break you down, when the pain and suffering hit, you flip that shit. You take that pain and you reverse it. You take their fucking soul. That's what I learned. I wasn't breaking the soul of the obstacles in front of me. You got to have the will, the heart, the guts to go that extra mile when you're completely fucking spent. When you think there's nothing left to give, that's when you dig deeper and give more. If you keep on attacking, keep on grinding, there ain't a damn thing in this world that wants to stand in front of something relentless. And that's how you win. First off, you got to be uncomfortable with how you see yourself. With that voice inside your head we all try to run from. You know the one I'm talking about, that voice that creeps in and whispers, hey man, you're kind of punking out right now. You're acting like a little bitch. But most of us, we just brush it off, telling ourselves these little lies like it's cool. We convince ourselves it's okay to be soft, to play it safe. But nah, that's not how you grow. You got to face the real you, the raw, unfiltered version of yourself. For me, that realness is David Goggins. The real me is the guy sitting here telling you straight up, I don't even want to be on this fucking show right now. Why? Because I used to stutter as a kid. And that shit still haunts me. I'm scared as hell that any second now I'm going to start stumbling over my words, stammering, and the whole damn world's going to see my flaws. They're going to know I've got these issues. But then, that's when Goggins kicks in and says, yo, Goggins, you got to do this shit. That's the voice that's like, David Goggins, stop being a punk. Life beats you down, but you can't let it keep you there. You can't live your life in fear, worrying about what the fuck people think of you. You can't let their judgment hold you back. That's the Goggins mentality. He's the one who says, fuck all who don't like me, who don't want to see me win. But before Goggins can step up, David Goggins, the real me, has to admit some shit. Man, I'm scared. I'm fucked up. Life did a number on me. I stutter. I struggle with reading and writing. I'm overweight. I'm insecure as hell. And you know what? No one's going to swoop in and save me. It's me against me, period. This is a battle you fight solo. A lot of people don't like what I say. They hate that I cuss. They hate how I keep it raw. But guess what? I don't give a fuck. When you finally figure out who you really are, that's when you start living life on your own terms. Don't squeeze yourself into a mold just to fit in. Don't censor yourself just to make others comfortable. Look, social media is the biggest bullshit factory out there. People buying likes, buying followers, buying fake ass friends and comments. It's all a facade. So in this life, you got to do what you got to do, say what you got to say, and live unapologetically. That's how you stay true to yourself and keep it real. The life you got to live ain't about fronting or putting on a show. Don't walk around being some fake ass version of yourself. Don't be scared to be real, to be who you truly are. Stay hard always. Now, there'll be times you're sitting there and that lazy ass voice creeps in saying, take a day off, man. No one's going to know. But then there's that other voice too, the one that reminds you somebody out there is grinding harder than you right now. That thought haunts me, man. Knowing there's someone out there willing to sacrifice their comfort, give up sleep, push through the pain, all to be better, to be the best. In this life, we all got that person out there. Maybe you don't know their name, maybe you can't see their face, but trust they exist. Your job, make sure when folks think about that relentless, unstoppable force, they picture you. Let your name and face be the one that haunts them. Get in their heads, make them think twice about slacking off. And when you feel like quitting, because we're all human and that urge hits, remember every damn hour, every drop of sweat, every sacrifice you made to get to where you are. Stay hard no matter what. We all know how it is. You start busting your ass for weeks, maybe even months, and then you're looking in the mirror pissed off cause you ain't seen the results you expected. But here's the thing, those results are there. What's messing you up is that mental snapshot you got, comparing yourself to that fitness model, that ideal you think you're supposed to be. But half of us ain't even built to look like that. What you got to do is take a mental snapshot of where you started and where you're at now. That's your real competition yourself. Don't let the bullshit out there poison your mind. Stay hard, focus on your own progress. But the problem is a lot of us get stuck. Our feet get planted in concrete cause we're scared. Scared to make enemies, scared to speak our truth, scared of what folks might say behind our backs when we're not around. All that fear, it clouds your mind, messes with your judgment. But here's a fact haters are gonna hate. That's just life. Embrace it. If you could walk on water, trust me, those haters would say it's just cause you can't fucking swim. So learn to shut out that noise. Embrace the fact that not everyone's gonna like you, and let that fuel you. If people are hating, it means you're doing something right. Stay hard and keep pushing. Stay in the fight no matter what. Every time I stumbled, every time I messed up, my father's bullshit words would creep back into my head, telling me I wasn't good enough, that I was worthless. All that crap he said to strip me of my humanity. But you know what? As time went on, the more I refused to quit, the more I kept pushing, the more I started to see something self-respect. And that power, that was all mine, not his. In this life, you got to do one thing. Remember that folks will try to dehumanize you. They'll try to break you down, make you feel like you ain't shit. But it's on you to find your own self-respect, your own dignity. You don't need a uniform to have honor. Honor comes from within. It's about having pride in who you are, no matter what the world says. So keep your head up. Stay hard. Now, to all you computer warriors, trolls, and haters, yeah, I see your punk-ass comments on my videos. The ones where I'm on crutches, where I'm getting my knees drained. Y'all were happy as hell, weren't you? Thrilled to see me down, thinking I'd never run again. Talking that I told you so shit, tagging your friends like you did something. Well, guess what? Fuck you, you don't know me. You see a 1-minute clip and think you got me all figured out? Nah, you don't know the half of it. You don't know how hard I train, how I live, the relentless dedication I put into every damn day of my life. So why do you troll? Maybe you're some lazy ass dude sitting at home with no discipline, no drive. Maybe you're just jealous, who knows? But I'll tell you this, you ain't stopping me. I'll be back better than ever. Well, fuck you. Stay hard. If you've been a victim of any kind, don't let that shit break you. Use it. Turn that pain into power. Don't go looking for revenge, look for the reckoning. And trust me, one day, all those people who fucked with you, who doubted you, they might just be the ones coming to you for help. And when that day comes, you got a choice. You can either say, okay, or you can do what I do, tell them to go fuck themselves. Hey, but let me warn you about one thing, spitting in the wind. That shit always comes back in your face. So be careful, stay hard. This mindset I got is pure savagery. I wasn't the best runner, but I sure as hell wasn't gonna let that stop me. I found out when my competition was out there working, and I made damn sure they saw me running day and night. I wanted to get in their heads, letting them know I wasn't backing down. Remember this, stay hard at all times, embrace that savagery. I've been caught in the middle. Around white folks, I got labeled one way. Around some black folks, I got called half-breed, sold out. Right now, there's a lot of fucked up shit going on in the world. We got to stop being so defensive, so quick to shut each other down. We got to listen to everybody, whether it's good or bad. Be ready to hear what's real. Stay hard. There's always going to be folks around who keep messing up, always tripping over their own damn feet. And then what do? They come running to you, looking for help, trying to dump all their bullshit on you. They become this heavy ass burden, dragging you down with their problems. But here's the thing, they never look in the mirror, never get their own shit together. They're always looking outside themselves, searching for somebody else to clean up their mess. But you know what? They don't want to dig deep, man. They don't want to face that the answers ain't out there somewhere, they're inside. They just can't see themselves doing it. They can't see themselves making it happen. That's one big reason they stay stuck. The other reason? Jealousy, plain and simple. When you set these big ass goals, when you start making moves, it rattles people. It shakes their comfortable, mediocre world. And let's be real, some of those people are your family, your so-called friends. They're living that average life, just coasting. But then you come along doing the damn thing, grinding, pushing yourself to be better. That shit makes them feel like trash. Trust me, I've been there. I know what it's like to have folks around you who can't stand seeing you rise. When you got someone in your circle who's all about improvement and you ain't got that same fire, it's like holding up a mirror to your flaws. It's a constant reminder of how fucked up you are. And here's the truth. If somebody ain't cheering you on, if they ain't saying, get it, brother, I'm proud of you, then the problem ain't you. It's them. It's a reflection of their own insecurities, their own fears. You got to look them dead in the eye and say, man, you really got some issues with yourself, don't you? It's about going that extra mile, pushing beyond what you think you can do. That's what builds real self-esteem, real self-respect. You got to arm your mind, prepare yourself for the bullshit life throws at you. Build your confidence, build your self-worth. So when people talk shit, it bounces off. Stay hard, man. One thing I learned the hard way. I used to want everybody to like me, to accept me. So I turned myself into a damn chameleon. If you like something, I pretend I liked it too, just to fit in. But that's no way to live. You got to become unapologetic about who the fuck you are. If you're a hard ass, if you're out there grinding, then own that shit. Make yourself better than you ever thought possible. And you know what? That's going to confuse people. They're not going to get you. They're going to look at you like you're off your damn rocker. They'll think you got a problem. But you can't let that phase you. Don't worry about fitting in. Don't worry about being understood. Just be unapologetically you. Get after it, stay hard, and be who the fuck you are. Yo, Tech and Souls ain't about all them elements, the weather, or what everybody else doing. Well, fuck all that noise. You got to step out there and go get what's yours straight up. That's what Taking Souls is, pushing through all the bullshit. And look, I ain't the only one who thought about just chilling and taking a day off. Shit. Even Mother Nature trying to scare us with this storm. But guess what? Ain't nobody out here but me. Fuck it, people. I'm out here alone, grinding while y'all sitting on your asses. See, there's something life gonna teach you, but most folks don't learn it till way too late. I know I didn't. I don't give a fuck what people think no more. Real talk, if I cared, you think I'd be out here yelling, sweating, dragging this 105-pound ruck on my back, talking my shit? Hell nah, this right here, this is me. You gotta find out who you are. I don't give a fuck what you in to figure that shit out and own it like a boss. And when folks come at you with their opinions and judgment, tell them straight up, fuck you. Don't ever get caught up in what these people think. Cause if you do, man, your life gonna be a whole ass disaster. You'll end up being the softest, most spineless motherfucker ever. And let me tell you, the more you succeed, the more haters gonna crawl out the woodwork. But don't let them get under your skin. Nah, use their hate as your fucking fuel, dog. Stack it up. Throw it in your mental tank for those tough times. Got that mental Rolex on lock. For real. You know who they are, the ones who said you wasn't fast enough, smart enough, whatever the fuck enough. Remember their asses when you feel like quitting. And don't bother with no kill 'em with kindness bullshit. Nah, scorch em with your success. Burn their ass up by winning. That's the only revenge you need. Man, life is all about pushing through no matter how hard it gets. Use everything around you as fuel. And watch who you surround yourself with, cause some of these fools will drain the fucking life out of you. For real. Sometimes you gotta roll solo, get your head straight. Trust me, every single motherfucker that ever gave me that look, you know the one. They don't have to say it, but it's all over their face, like you ain't shit. I remember all the motherfuckers. Got them in my mind like a list of phone numbers. I spin that wheel every day, reminding myself of every fucking hater who doubted me. And now, love me, hate me. Think I'm an asshole, I don't give a fuck. Cause guess what? I made it. All you motherfuckers out there, y'all watching me just like Apollo Creed watching Rocky in that 14th round, wondering how the fuck I keep getting back up. That's all I wanted to make all them doubters look at me like that. Cause no matter how many times they knocked me down, I kept standing the fuck back up. You gotta stop giving a fuck what folks think of you. That was the real turning point. Everybody's fucked up in their own way. That's the truth. We walk around thinking everybody else is better than us, but that's bullshit. I used to be scared to let people see the real me because I thought they'd judge me and make me feel worse, but...
Rain or shine, morning or night, Free Now has you covered whenever you need a ride. Just tap the app and a taxi will be at your door. Fast, reliable and on time, even when others aren't. Download Free Now.
Fuck that, man. Ain't nobody perfect, so why hold back? Man, let me tell you something. Once I got my head straight, got my mind to calm down a bit, I sat back and just peeped how straight up messed up this world really is. And yo, once you see that shit for what it is, you ain't alone no more. All of them folks that's talking shit, trying to tell you how fucked up you are, guess what? The only thing they got on you is they done hid their fucked up shit better than you. That's it. They ain't no better, they just better at keeping they mess in the shadows. Now, when you start holding yourself all the way accountable, it ain't even about being selfish. It's like I'm trying to build a better me, real talk. And I hope y'all hearing this the right way. Like maybe you could say, damn, I can run a mile too. It ain't about running 25 damn miles or trying to be some perfect ass A&B. Fuck all that noise. What I'm saying is, I want you to push yourself and see just how far you can take it. Cause real talk, we all struggling out here. We all hurting. And I don't want none of them fancy ass titles. Nah, fuck that. I didn't come from that polished shit. That's why I keep it 100 about my insecurities, my fuck ups, my flaws. Hell, I ain't no superstar. I'm not special. I'm just driven as fuck, period. I came up with this thing I call perform without purpose. So many folks out here be like, man, I need a reason. I need a 5K, a 10K, something to get me out to bed. That used to be me too. But these last 20 years, fuck it, I don't need no damn purpose. And people miss that, fam. We all out here chasing that golden ass purpose. Is it this? Is it that? Is it money? Is it family? Fuck the purpose. You are the purpose. We forget that every single day. I wake up and don't feel like doing shit. I'd be like, all right, bro, you want to be a little bitch today? You want to walk around knowing you could have, but didn't? Nah. So it's all about performing without that so-called purpose. You got to get your ass up and grind when there ain't no finish line in sight. When there ain't shit motivating you. Even when your life feels like it's in the dumps, still got to move. Because when that moment comes, and trust me, it's going to come when that purpose finally shows up, you'll be ready. And the people you met when you was down in that hole, those folks who've been riding with you in that low place, they're going to try to keep you there. They'll be pulling at your ankles like, nah, bruh, don't you go nowhere. Who the fuck you think you are? You trying to rise up and leave me behind, make me feel some type of way? Hell no. But see, that's their problem, not yours. You just got to keep on moving no matter who's trying to drag you back down. Man, I get that shit all the time now. People always coming out the woodworks, reminding me who I used to be back in the day. It's like they got nothing better to do but drag up old shit, right? And I be saying to myself, what if? Yeah, I know it sounds corny as hell, maybe even kind of weak, but it's real as fuck to me. I was like, what if my fat, dumb, lying to make friends, insecure ass could actually rise above all this shit? That whole what if mindset, that dreamer mentality, man, it just lit a fire under me every time. I'd be sitting there like, what if I could really do this? What if I could be a damn SEAL? What if I could go from barely wheezing my way through a quarter mile to running 205 fucking miles? That shit sounded wild, but just the thought of it got me going. What if I could just keep pushing? What if I could really make it happen? How would that feel? So I went from being defeated all the time to saying, fuck it, maybe tomorrow I can push myself a little further. Maybe I'll go 75 miles. Ain't nobody else doing this kind of crazy shit. I started telling myself, you're that bad motherfucker. Ain't nobody doing it like you. You're going to be the baddest motherfucker that ever lived. And over time, I started feeding myself the messages I needed to hear, the shit I never used to tell myself. At first, it was just some words, but eventually it started turning into reality. Yeah, I failed hell. I failed a lot. But every time I go back to square one, give myself some positive talk and start again. Sure, I'd have days where I felt straight up defeated. Like I couldn't take no more, but then I started to realize, nah, man, this is all part of the process, part of the journey. Instead of saying like I used to, I ain't good enough, I flipped that shit. I told myself, fuck that, I might make myself good enough. Cause I know what's waiting for me on the other side of quitting. It's a lifetime of wondering, why the fuck did I give up? I ain't doing that no more. I'm done with that weak ass mindset. So I started flipping it. Every negative thought, I twisted it into a positive. I'd be sitting on my couch like, who the hell even thinks about doing this shit? I was 297 pounds, could barely swim, scared shitless of the water, but I had the balls to quit my job and put it all on myself. Ain't no way I'd have thought like that back in the day. But once I started talking to myself different, putting myself in a whole new lane, that shit became my fuel. And every day I'd wake up and use that fuel to keep me moving forward. And it all came down to this. Ain't nobody doing this shit. Nobody. You're the baddest motherfucker around. And I just kept feeding myself that message over and over again, the kind of message I needed, but was always too scared to tell myself before. But once I did, man, that shit turned into reality brick by brick. Man, what if you could outshine all these motherfuckers? Think about that. If everybody's starting way up here at the top, and you didn't even have no damn legs to begin with. You had to grow your own legs just to stand up. Then learn how to walk, crawl, and run. But then you start passing up people who've been handed everything. That's the real deal. I took all that negative shit that was dragging me down, making me weak, and instead of letting it break me, I flipped it. I turned that bullshit into the fuel that now drives me forward. I had to flip the script. I looked at that dark ass situation and said, hold the fuck up. Maybe this is exactly what I need. The darkness, the pain, all of it is what made me. It's how you look at your struggle, man. How are you going to feel when you hit that goal? When you come from nothing, from that deep, dark place and say, I'm back, motherfucker, I'm back. All that solitary confinement type shit, all that pressure. That's what brought me back to life. When everything's falling apart around you, when the world's turning to shit and everybody's quitting, that's when you find out who the fuck you really are. And let me tell you, I got a whole lot of miles to go before I can even think about resting. So what the hell are we waiting for? What are we waiting on to start taking life by the throat, waiting for the stars to line up perfectly? Man, when I was coming up, there was this song, All I Need Is a Miracle. Guess what? That miracle ain't never coming. Ain't no perfect time to start changing your life. The time is now. Right fucking now. Life's always testing us in this test, this one you can't cheat on. We all got our own test to face. Some of us are struggling with obesity, some with depression, some with deep insecurities. In the military, you got this big ass ruck on your back with batteries, water, extra gear. In life, that extra gear, that's all the bullshit you carry around, the shit you've been through, the pain you deal with. And the only way to get through that is to face it. Ain't nobody else going to carry that weight for you. You got to show up and do your best work. Especially on the days when you least feel like it. Those are the days that count. When you're tired, unmotivated, when you're feeling low, that's when you got to suck it the fuck up and get shit done. Stay hard. I had to invent this dude in my mind, someone who didn't exist before. A guy who could take all the pain, all the suffering, every ounce of judgment thrown his way, be called all kinds of fucked up names, and still stand there chest out and say, fuck you, come at me. Break my legs? Fine, go ahead. I'll take that pain and flip it. I'll take your fucking soul, man. I used to be the dude who ran from everything, every challenge that got thrown my way. But one day I woke up, man, the fuck up and said enough. The first thing I had to do was face every single fear I had, no matter how small or how big. I took that shit head on. Man, let me tell you something. You got to help yourself push through all that bullshit. The tough times, the grind. This right here, this is real life. 90% of it's going to be rough, straight up shitty, and only about 10% will actually feel good. You might be one of those lucky folks, got a lot of dough, a fine ass woman, all the fancy shit, but don't let that fool you. Behind all that flash, something's still eating away at that dude. He ain't as happy as he looks, cause there's always some deep ass shit he ain't faced yet. Trust me, almost everybody got something like that. Knowing at EM on the inside, even if they're trying to hide it. See, maybe you found a slick way, like I did growing up, to block out that voice telling you, yo, you ain't dealt with your shit. But that voice don't go away, nah. It's like that fear of the water I had. Man, I can't even explain to you how terrified I was of it. We all got that one thing we scared of, even fighters do. But they push past it. A lot of us, we just run from that shit, don't want to face it at all. And I had a bunch of EM fear stacked up high as hell. But there's something in you, a voice that says, you got to go that way. And most people, they don't get it. They hear that voice and head the other way. Then they sit there wondering why their life feels incomplete, why something's always missing. It's cause they ain't dive deep into the shit they scared of. You don't build no confidence from staying comfortable. You got to step into the fear, hit it head on, even if it kicks your ass some days. That's where confidence comes from, tackling those demons over and over, till one day you realize, this is where I'm meant to be. A lot of folks listening to this probably won't ever fully grasp it. But when you face those things that have been keeping you up at night, those ghosts, those demons, man, they start to lose their power. It don't happen overnight, but keep going at it and it starts to shift. Stay hard, man. Stay hard. I got this email a couple weeks ago from a family member telling me an 11-year-old boy killed himself because he was getting bullied at school. Let me tell you, life is full of these puppet masters. People out there love to fuck with your head, pulling strings and getting inside your mind, trying to break you down and own a piece of you. But one of the biggest ways to cut them strings and take back control of your life is to build that self-respect, self-esteem, and self-discipline. You want to be free? That's where it starts. It ain't just about hitting the gym. Nah, it's bigger than that. It's about building that mental toughness, building a mind that don't crumble when the world tries to beat you down. Stay hard. And you know what? The more comfortable you let yourself get in life, the more uncomfortable your mind becomes. It's crazy, but that's the truth. So I had to flip it. I started finding things that made me uncomfortable. And the more I did that, the more my mind got sharp. When you start throwing yourself into situations that straight up suck, that's when you really find out who the hell you are. And believe me, you find it out quick. You know what's on my mind right now? I got to wake up tomorrow and do the same damn thing all over again. I'm sitting here doing this interview, but right after this, I'm going to stretch my ass out for 2.5 hours. And let me tell you something. I hate that shit. It's painful. It ain't cozy. But it's in that uncomfortable place where I'm building my real confidence, where I'm getting stronger. I'm about to be running for 39 hours, right? On a 1-mile track. Yeah, 39 straight hours. Who the fuck does that? People think I'm out to my mind, calling me crazy, but that ain't it. I hate it just like anybody else would. That's exactly why I do it. Because that's the only way I can push my mind to see what it's really made of. It's the only way I get hard. People think you do it once, and that's it, you're tough now. Nah, man, you gotta do this shit every damn day. Cause if you stop, you lose it. It's like shooting a gun. If you don't practice, don't think you're gonna hit the mark a year from now. Same with life, same with suffering. You gotta keep going through that fire. On the other side of that pain is something most people never get to see. It's a whole different world. A beautiful world, man. Cause that's where you find the real you. And let me tell you something else, you'll never catch me looking like a fool out here. Nah, I'm always gonna triple down on my weaknesses. Cause I already know what I'm good at. I know what makes me happy. But that's not where I want to be tested. I want to know myself when I'm weak, when I'm scared, when I'm out to my depth. That's where the truth is. One day I'm going to be in that pine box. We all will. But I believe your spirit, it don't just vanish when you die. Nah, man, it's too damn powerful for that. And when I'm gone, I want to be able to look back on my life and be proud as hell of who I was. This life, It's all temporary shit. But the pride I have in myself, that's forever. See, I'm trying to rewrite who I used to be, the liar, the insecure dude, the one who never thought he could make it. I want to look at myself, whether I die tomorrow, at 80, 90, or 100, and say, damn, I'm proud of who I became. My biggest fear, it ain't death itself. It's getting to the end. Maybe there's a final resting place, a final judgment. And I'm sitting there looking at something way bigger than me. And it tells me, yo, this is who you should have been on earth. But you ain't reach it. You let fear hold you back. You didn't push over that next wall. Didn't go as far as you could. That's what haunts me. And I believe that. God knows all. At least that's what I believe. So when I get up there, I want God to look at me and say, my God, this man exceeded even what I thought he was capable of. I'd rather you straight up hate me and get your shit together than like me and stay the same old sorry ass version of yourself. A lot of us are full of shit. Hell, I used to be one of those fools back in the day. And let me be real, sometimes I still catch myself slipping into that same bullshit mindset. We convince ourselves we grinding, like we're really putting in that hard work. We tell ourselves we've been killing it in the gym for a month, but we ain't seeing no damn results. And then we start acting like little bitches poutine with our sad faces and shit, wondering why we ain't seeing no progress. You study for half an hour for some test and get all mad when you don't ace that shit. What the fuck did you expect? You ain't even trying for real. You're not putting in the work that's required. You got to do more. Stop telling yourself you've done enough, cause let me tell you, most of the time you ain't done shit. In life, it ain't never enough until you hit that point where you can feel it deep in your bones. Like, damn, I'm really out here outworking everybody. I'm going harder than anybody else. That's when you finally know you're doing enough. Until then, now you got to keep pushing. Stay hard, man. Think about all the damn years, months, hours, hell, even seconds you done wasting on people who don't do nothing but suck the life right out to you. Today's the day, man. You need to go ahead and cut those motherfuckers off. Get rid of the folks that only call you when they need something. Get rid of the ones who stay stuck in the past, bringing up the same tired ass shit, keeping you in a cycle that never moves forward. Life is too damn short and too damn precious for that nonsense. You got to spend your time with the real ones, the folks that matter. Real friends, real family. Everybody else, they just taking up the air. You need to keep pushing. You need that air to stay hard. Keep it real and stay hard. Now, you ever been to the mall and see that Build-A-Bear spot? All those little kids in there trying to build the perfect bear, picking out the clothes and stuffing it full of fluff to make it just right, so they can take it home and feel good. That's cool for them. But I'm telling you right now, you can do that same shit with your life. The problem is most of why I'll let the quitter's mindset creep in. You start feeling sorry for yourself and fall right back into old habits. You got to find a new normal. Like when I was going through SEAL training, it was supposed to be just 6 months. But I was there for 18 damn months. Setback after setback after setback. You know what I had to do? I had to shift my mindset and accept that my life for the next 18 months was getting my ass handed to me at 4.00 in the damn morning. That had to be my new normal. I had to make that shit my lifestyle. You are the master of your own mind, man. You are in control. You got to build your masterpiece piece by piece until you can stand back and look at it with pride. That's what it's all about. Be proud of yourself when it's all said and done. When I was going through Ranger School, we did a lot of spot checks. Now, a spot check ain't nothing but a quick check on your gear to make sure you got what you need. Maybe they'll look at your batteries or your extra ammo. You don't know what they're going to check, so you got to stay ready all the time. Keep your shit in order. So how does that apply to your life? It's simple. You got to spot check yourself. Make sure you stay on top of your shit. Don't get lazy. And it ain't just about you either. You got to check on your boys, your girls. Make sure your circle stays tight too. Stay hard, man. Life's too short to be soft. Make sure your people are staying hard too. Call them up in the middle of the night if you have to. Hit them up like, hey, tomorrow morning at 8.00, we're about to get after it. Be ready. Keep EM dialed in just like you keep yourself. There's too many damn times in life where you don't want to be doing what you got to do. But you can't just quit. This ain't no hobby. And it damn sure ain't no joke. This is a lifestyle. So the shit you tell yourself matters, cause at the end of the day, it's only you. Ain't no coach or trainer always going to be there to push you through. It's you versus you. Think about it like this. You can grind your whole life just to get that damn seat at the table. You want to be the best out to the best in your field, right? So you finally get that invited steak and lobster, a big fancy dinner with the top folks all dressed up in their best. But when you walk in, you walk in dripping sweat from putting in that work. You walk in with a towel around your neck, body sore from grinding. You respect the event though, so you throw that towel over the chair so you don't mess it up. But don't say a word. Just stay uncommon among the uncommon. Here's the truth. You ain't ever done. Don't stop when you're tired. You stop when you're done. Stay hard. People always ask me how I lost all that weight. Like they want the secret formula or some shit. The truth is, most folks overthink it from the jump. When I was dropping weight, I didn't hire no fancy trainer. I didn't go on no special diet like Jenny Craig or any of that bullshit. I just stopped stuffing my face with so much damn food, cut my calories. And for the workout, shit, that ain't rocket science neither. You don't need to overthink it. Just go outside and start walking. Put on some shoes, start running. Hit the gym and hop on the elliptical, if that's what you can do. Just start. People talk about overtraining like they're some kind of elite athletes. Nah, man. You got to actually train first before you can even think about overtraining. You wake up sore and think you overdid it? Nah, you just got sore ass legs. Get out to your head. Stop overanalyzing shit. Stay hard. Got an email the other day from this young dude who wants to be a ranger, but he's scared of failing. Not because of the training itself, but because of what folks are going to say about him if he don't make it. Let me tell you this. Anytime you step up from being normal to being exceptional, people ain't gonna like it. And you know what? Fuck him. Regular people feel some type of way when they see somebody trying to be great, so they're gonna judge you. Nowadays, it's easier than ever to be a coward. They hide behind Instagram and social media, talking shit from behind a screen. Don't let those coward-ass folks get in your head. Last thing, make sure you do you. Always stay hard. When I first joined the Navy, I couldn't even go active duty because I was so damn fat. I had to join the reserves. And you know what? They used to call us weekend warriors. In the reserves, you work 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks a year. That's how a lot of people live their lives, just doing enough to get by. People need a reason to work out a wedding coming up, summer's around the corner, or some damn high school reunion. But let me tell you, the biggest purpose in life ain't none of that. It's about how you respect yourself, how you look at yourself when you wake up every day. This journey is every damn day. So every day you need to be getting after it. We hear words like determination, discipline, hard work, and we act like those are bad things, like they're punishments. But that's where people got it twisted. Those are the most important words in the world when it comes to respecting yourself. So stop acting like it's some kind of chore. This ain't punishment. This is life. This is your lifestyle. Stay hard. Your mind, man, that's just like a medieval battlefield, always at war with you. And the messed up part, it knows everything. It's always on time, never late. It's like this tactical enemy that got all the secrets, your fears, insecurities, every dark little thought you keep hidden. Hell, your mind might be the only thing in the world that knows you top to bottom. That's why you got to get familiar with it, because it's going to pop up whenever it feels like it, usually when you least expect it. And when you're trying to succeed, it'll be right there, whispering, take the easy way out. Go ahead, just chill. You got to flip that script, study your own brain the way it's been studying you. Now, let's talk about today, minus 44 degrees and raining. And honestly, who gives a damn? It ain't about the rain itself, it's about what the rain stands for. Life is always going to throw some bullshit your way, testing you, trying to offer you a back door, some reason not to show up. But here's the kicker, you got to be ready to show up every damn day, no matter what the weather or circumstances. Life is like a coliseum. And every day you step into that arena, you better be ready for battle. I don't care what you're going through, what struggles you face, it's on you to bring your new 100%. Ain't nobody else gonna do it for you. That's your damn job. Stay hard. This whole thing comes down to what I call the quitting mind. What's the quitting mind? Say it's your first day on the job, right? You know how it is, you got your clothes ironed the night before, your breakfast ready, and your energy high cause you've been preparing for weeks. You show up and crush that interview. Boom. You get the job. It's all good. Merry fucking Christmas. But give it a couple months, you start slacking. Clothes ain't pressed, you rolling in late, breakfast ain't prepped. Your mind's softening up. that quitting mind creeps in and starts messing with you. And we do this with everything in life. You know how folks get when New Year's rolls around making all these damn resolutions? Well, fuck that quitting mind. Repetition is key. You got to be on it every day. No breaks. Stay hard. So I get this email from a young dude talking about how he's working with his counselor, trying to find his why. Wants to know my thoughts. Well, here it is. That whole find your why shit is just another excuse for not taking action. The question don't end with why. It starts with it. Why the fuck don't you want to be in better shape? Why the fuck don't you want to be a better student? Why don't you want to be more successful? Sometimes the truth hurts. And your counselor probably can't say this because he might lose his damn job, but I MMA say you might not be finding your why because you lazy. Maybe you got no ambition. Either way, you got to figure that shit out. Stay hard. Now let's be real. What's your excuse? Too cold outside? Too hot? Raining too much? Time for some real talk. Maybe you're the only black person applying for a job. Maybe you're the only woman or the only gay person in the room. Whatever it is, maybe that shit is just in your head. Maybe you're using it as an excuse not to be better. Life, man, it's a big ass picture. When I was coming up, all that shit got in my head too, being black, not feeling smart enough, single mom, all that. And for a while, I let it own space in my head. But here's the truth. If you're letting people, things, or situations live rent-free in your mind, you're losing. Straight up. Life is one big mental game. You let life get in your head and it's game over. Stay hard.
Passion, freedom, courage. This is not an ad for a new fragrance.
It's an ad for Artlist's ultimate AI voiceover, built especially for video creators. Generate high-quality narrations for your videos with voices exclusive to Artlist, and find the perfect voice to tell your story.
Go to Artlist and start creating without limits.
Whether you like it or not, from the second you wake up to the moment you lay your head down, a lot of us are at war with ourselves. And inside that war, there's all these little battles, choices you got to make every day. Nah, I ain't talking about some ancient Roman Colosseum war. This war is in your damn head. It's there cause life throws so many choices at you, and it's on you to pick the right ones. But you know what? Fuck all that overthinking. When the alarm clock goes off, you get your ass up. Don't want to wake up. Tough shit. Don't want to study cause school's hard. Cry me a river. Don't want to eat healthy? Then don't. But don't be surprised when your ass fails. And when that happens, don't you dare go blaming your mama, your daddy, or your teachers. You know who's to blame. You. Your name is written all over that failure. So what's the solution? Own your shit. Folks always want to know how to lock in real permanent results. And let me tell you, that shit ain't easy. You see people going from big to small, and before you know it, they back to where they started, just big again. Same with folks that go from lazy to grinding, and then they fall right back to buying lazy. This cycle just keeps on going and going. See, a lot of people want to hop on that 4-lane highway to success. You know the type, it's all smooth roads, got big OL signs telling you there's a hotel 5 miles up, a restaurant 10 miles down, even restrooms at every stop. That's the easy path. But let me tell you something, nothing on that highway lasts. You might see success, but it's temporary because you didn't work for it in the right way. Now, the other option is to shovel. Ain't no fancy road signs on that path, no pit stops, no comforts. But that shovel, it's going to put calluses on your hands, it's going to scar your mind, and that's where the real shit happens. The work you put in with that shovel is permanent. It sticks with you. You build resilience, not just physically, but mentally too. You pick up that damn shovel, you keep digging, no matter how deep the hole is. That's the path to lasting success. Stay hard. Now I see a lot of folks looking for inspiration and motivation, but they got their heads all down in the dumps. You feeling depressed cause you ain't doing shit with yourself. You're sitting on your ass waiting for some magical inspiration to strike, but it ain't coming cause you ain't out there living. You ain't gonna find inspiration sitting still or hiding from challenges. You gotta be out there in the grip of life, taking it head on. Put some challenges in front of yourself and stop running from the hard shit. When you face that challenge and attack it, that's when inspiration hits you. That's when you find out what you're made of. Try to be 10% better than you were last week. If you ran 30 miles last week, push it up to 33 this week. You swam 500 meters, bump it up to 550. But if you ain't been doing shit at all, then hell, your 10% is just getting off the damn couch. Whatever it is, push yourself a little harder every day. Because the more you avoid accountability, the softer you become, the weaker you get. You want to find yourself? Get out there and do something. Life's about the grind, not about watching from the sidelines. You can't discover who you are by doing nothing. Stay hard. This morning, I'm about to hit a run with some boys. We're all getting ready, and I'm taking off my shirt when one of EM spots my stretch marks. Dude straight up asks, where the fuck you get those stretch marks from? I told him, man, I used to be 297 pounds, full of insecurities, doubts, a whole fucked up mindset. And just like my stretch marks tell a story on the outside, we all got scars on the inside too. A lot of us got scars up in our heads from all the shit we've been through. Maybe it's a rough childhood, a shitty adulthood, heartbreak, whatever. We all carry something. But the thing is, we don't talk about those scars in our minds like we do the ones on our bodies. We hide that pain away like it ain't real. But the truth is, those mental scars are proof of our past, of what we survived. But we fuck up when we let those scars control us, when we let them define our whole damn lives. It's time to get back on that log and stop letting those old wounds steer your future. Sometimes, the only way to deal with pain is to fight it with more pain. That's how you grow stronger. Stay hard. Now here's a question. How do you go from being ordinary to extraordinary? First off, you got to do the exact opposite of everybody else. That's the start. Look, I got this bulldog, right? I owned a lot of dogs in my life, but this one's different. When it's time to eat, she don't just nibble at her food. Nah, she attacks that shit. She buries her face in the bowl like she's in some kind of food war. She don't even look up. So I started worrying and thought maybe something was wrong. So I called up the breeder. Like, yo, why she eating like this? Breeder says when they're puppies, there ain't always enough food. So they got to fight for it. They learn to attack the bowl like they ain't going to eat again. I figured she'd grow out of it, but here we are 6 years later. She's still eating like there's 20 damn puppies all trying to steal her food. She's got her own bowl, a fridge full of food, but her mentality never changed. She's always in that fight mode. You get that same mentality in your life, you'll be unstoppable. That hunger, that drive to go after what's yours like it's your last chance, that's how you become successful. Stay hungry, stay hard. I woke up around 5.00, groggy as hell, and first thing I see is you laid out, chilling like you ain't got a care in the world, just lounge up, probably still buzzing off those damn treats I gave you. I'm thinking this lucky ass dog don't even know how good they got it. Me? I got to get up and grind to feed my damn self. Every step I take when I'm out there hitting the pavement, that's how I eat. Motherfuckers always out here looking for inspiration like it's going to just drop in their laps. But real talk, inspiration is in every single step you take. Every time you grab that iron and lift like it owes you money, all that struggle, that grind. You find the real shit in the suffering. Right now, recovery is my greatest teacher. And as I heal, I find my strength. Stay hard. So the other day, I get this email from some hockey player all bummed out saying, hey, Goggins, I tore my Achilles. Dude was all sad, asking what to do about setbacks. I hit him back, straight up, fuck setbacks. Those are just character builders in disguise. He's still caught up in his feelings, but I tell him, don't sweat that shit. Your Achilles is done, it's fucked. And there's nothing you can do to change that. But what you can do is this: when shit goes sideways, apply pressure, push back harder. Ask the universe, is that all you got? Can you throw more at me? Put some hate on that situation, grind harder. Keep moving forward, stay hard. Then I had two guys ask me to help them train for a marathon. And once you know it, they picked the shittiest day to start. It's 40 degrees, raining sideways, wind ripping through like it's got a personal grudge. Those cats, inside on a treadmill, scared to face the elements. But here's the thing, you can't let conditions dictate your outcome. They think if it rains on race day, they can just skip it. Guess what? Ain't nobody canceling shit for you. You got to train in whatever the fuck life throws at you. The person who usually films me, she's in the car taking a day off cause it's too nasty out. Don't be like that. Stay hard. Never forget to train your damn mind. We're all out here busting our asses trying to get to a better place, to feel better about ourselves. Some folks want to do ultra races, hitting personal records in training, feeling themselves. Others want to be lawyers or doctors, acing practice tests, thinking they're ready. But when the real shit comes, guess what? Their minds ain't prepared. You've been studying training, working your body to the bone, but your mind is still soft. Let me tell you a story. When I was 19, going through the Air Force, trying to be a pararescue man, I was killing it. Push-ups, sit-ups, swimming, I was the best in the class. But the second life threw a real obstacle in my path. I wasn't ready mentally. I was a beast physically, but all I was doing was training to be a bigger, stronger quitter. You got to train your mind to face every obstacle head on. Stay hard. Now, here's the question. How do you let other people's opinions affect you? Man, fuck people. This took me a while to learn, but now I don't give a damn what anybody thinks. If I cared about people's opinions, you think I'd be out here screaming, doing a 105 lb ruck, talking my shit? Hell no, this is who I am. You got to find out who the fuck you are, whoever that might be. I don't care what you decide to be, just own that shit and tell anyone who tries to knock you down to go fuck themselves. If you let other people's bullshit dictate your life, you're signing up for a lifetime of misery. You'll be the biggest failure in history. With success comes haters, don't let them get to you. Use fuel as energy when you're running low. Keep a mental Rolodex of every motherfucker who said you couldn't do it, that you weren't fast enough, smart enough, or just plain good enough. And when you don't feel like doing shit, flip through those memories. Instead of killing them with kindness, burn them down with your fucking success. Stay hard. In this life, you got to keep pushing past whatever the hell the world throws at you. Use every damn thing around you as fuel. Stay hard. Folks hit me up all the time asking for help. The first thing I ask is, what the hell have you done to help yourself? Most of them come back with, I've been working hard. Man, I'm all about being your own damn hero, but I ain't here to kiss nobody's ass. The truth is, most of us think we're working way harder than we really are. We act like getting up early for 4 days means we've earned some kind of reward. But let me tell you, that entitled mindset is dead weight. We think we're grinding hard, but trust me, most of us ain't even scratched the surface. The one thing you gotta get through your head is this. Learn how to help your damn self. Don't be out here counting on other people to save you. Stay hard. Maybe you were the fat kid growing up and folks were always clowning you, making you feel like shit. Maybe you weren't the sharpest tool in the shed and people came at you for that too. Well, let me tell you something. There's a whole lot of power in adversity. If you've been a victim of any kind, flip that shit and use it to fuel your success. Don't be out here looking for revenge. Look for the reckoning. And trust me on this, all those folks who fucked with you back in the day, one day they might just be coming to you for a favor. And when they do, you got a choice. You can either help them out or do what I do and tell them, go fuck yourself. Hey, but be careful out here talking shit without backing it up. That's like spitting in the wind. It's just going to come back and hit you in the face. Stay hard. So yesterday, I'm getting ready to board my flight. And this NFL player rolls up to me. He's like, G, can I ask you something? How do you keep that dog mentality? I said, let me ask you something first. When you were younger, what did you want to be? He tells me, NFL player. But once I made it, I lost that dog mentality. See, he had a finish line in his head. But here's the deal with true dog mentality. That shit don't have a finish line. I got a dog at home. And no matter how much I feed him, he's never satisfied. It's not enough just to make it to the NFL. Be the MVP. It's not enough to run a 5K, go out there and win a 10K. It's not enough to become a doctor, be the best damn doctor you can be. Losing 50 pounds? That's great, but now go out there and do something with it. It's 109 day out here, but you know what? It's still not enough. Stay hard. Now, as we all know, it's a hot ass night. Heat wave rolling through. Mother Nature's pissed off, but guess what? So am I. So who gives a fuck? I was out running today and this dude drives past me in his car. It's like 100 deg out here, 70% humidity. And he turns around, pulls up next to me and asks, why the hell are you out here? I told him, because you're not. Sometimes your motivation needs to be because nobody else has the guts to do it. We need doctors, we need lawyers, we need dentists and teachers. But you know what else we need? We need savages. Now this message, it ain't for everybody, so I don't want to hear any soft shit like, do you have sunscreen on? This message is dangerous. It's hot as hell out here. I'm not asking you to be like me. Do you? Stay hard. So check it. The other day I get this email from this lady. She's telling me how much she really enjoyed my book, right? But while she's reading it, she's thinking, this dude is straight up nuts. Like for real, she's convinced I'm on some other shit. But once she's done reading, she just sets the book down, goes right back to her usual life paying bills, clocking in at that 9 to 5 and bitching about the same old bullshit. A few days later, she finally got some time to marinate on what she read, and that shit hit her like a ton of bricks. Now she's shook, thinking, maybe this motherfucker ain't crazy after all. And you know what? That's what scared her the most. She started realizing that maybe, just maybe, I'm out here trying to show folks what the human spirit can really do, what all of us are capable of if we just pushed ourselves. But see, people love to slap labels on those who are out here doing extraordinary things. Makes Ian feel better about their own mediocrity, gives Ian a damn excuse. But here's the thing. I ain't crazy, I'm just not like you. You know, in sports, they got this thing called load management. A lot of why all out here load managing your damn lives, trying to stay in that comfort zone. But when you do that, you find yourself stuck in normal. Fuck that. You got to break out of that shit. Stay hard, stay real. These days, there's a lot of weakness floating around and people trying to patch up that weakness with lies. I know, because I did that shit for years. So I'm out here in Colorado for a conference, right? I hit the gym and this trainer calls me over, wants me to drop some wisdom on the group he's training. He's like, yo, man, what you doing out here? So I tell him. Then he asks, what kind of workout you want? I say, one of EM is climbing this mountain, 3,000 feet up, 3 miles long, because I hit that shit every damn day. Next day, I'm looking for him in the gym, nowhere to be found. A couple days later, still don't see him. So here I am, back on that mountain, getting my climb in. There's a gondola that folks use to get up and down. I'm about 5 minutes from the top. And I look up and see that trainer in the gondola, face pressed against the window, looking right at me. Our eyes meet, and it's that moment to look when you snatch a motherfucker's soul. Don't just talk about it, be about it. Live what you preach. Stay hard. Back in Ranger School, my squad gets hit with a spot check. The instructor's looking for 3 items and one of my guys ain't got him. So the whole squad gets smoked. We're out there getting our asses handed to us. And the more we're getting smoked, the more my squad starts looking around, desperate for someone to motivate him. That Ranger instructor yells out, I'm gonna bury you fuckers. I see my squad needs that extra push, so I shout, ain't no grave that can hold us down, motherfuckers. Ain't no grave that can hold us down. Right now, in this life, your family's looking for that one strong person, that rock who's gonna hold it down when shit hits the fan. Make sure when they look around, they find you. This is the time for you to step up and be that motherfucker who can take on anything. Stay hard. What kind of statement you out here making? That's the psychology of savagery, fam. Look, I wasn't the best runner out there, but I'll tell you what I did do. I found out the work schedules of my competition, and I made sure they saw me grinding. I'm talking about day and night, no breaks. I wasn't just running, I was running right through their heads, trying to mess with their minds, get in their heads before the race even started. The other day, I saw this video of UFC fighter Ferguson. This crazy ass motherfucker weighs in, and guess what? The damn UFC event gets canceled. But it wasn't just about the weigh in for him now. He was playing psychological games, getting in the heads of his opponents. What he wanted was for them to remember his hands and elbows, slicing them the fuck up. You got to understand, this shit's about mental warfare as much as it's about physical. Stay hard at all times. Savagery, there's a real difference between a champion and someone who's just good. All right? It's a 12-round championship fight. By the 11th round, both fighters head back to their corners. The dude who's just good, he's sitting there thinking, shit, I've given everything I've got. I just got to survive this last round. But a champion, he's sitting in that same corner with all his people talking to him, and he don't hear a damn word. He's locked in thinking, what's left in the tank? What haven't I given yet? That's the mindset that separates the champions from the rest of these average motherfuckers. Stay hard. Now, let me talk to all you internet warriors, trolls, and haters I see while out here dropping your bullshit comments on the videos I post. You watch me on crutches, see me struggle with my fucked up knees, and why y'all get hyped like, hell yeah, he's finally down for the count. You tagging your friends, talking about, see, I told you, like you got something to celebrate. Well, fuck you. You don't know me. You see a 1-minute clip and think you got me figured out. Think you know what kind of blood, sweat, and tears I pour into this life. So why you trolling? Maybe you're just some fat ass sitting at home, lazy as hell with no discipline or dedication. Maybe you're jealous cause you ain't got the heart to live how I live. Who the fuck knows? But here's a guarantee. I'll be back stronger than ever. Fuck you. Stay hard. And then I get this email from a dude named Bill. Bill's 30, used to be all fired up, but somewhere along the way he lost his motivation. He's asking me how to get it back. Well, Bill, you got what a lot of dudes got these days. It's called chestnut syndrome. See, when you're a boy, your nuts drop, right? But as life goes on, if you don't handle your self-doubt, your insecurities, all that shit, your nuts start creeping back up. You let that bullshit fester, jealousy, imperfections, whatever, and your nuts end up all the way up in your damn chest. That's chestnut syndrome, bro. So how do you fix it? Simple. You gotta man the fuck up. Pound your damn chest. Send a signal to your brain that you're done with the bullshit and let those nuts drop back down where they belong. Once they're back in the sack, you sack it the fuck up. Stay hard. So this morning, my girl gets up and she grabs the toothpaste. She squeezes out what she can, then tosses it in the trash like it ain't got nothing left. I stroll into the bathroom looking to brush my teeth and I'm like, yo, where the toothpaste at? She points to the trash can like it's done and dusted. So I dig in there, pull it out, flatten that tube out nice and tight and start rolling it up. I show her, look, you got another whole week of toothpaste in this bitch. I don't waste a damn thing. The bread, I'm the type to use the heels with some peanut butter, making sure I scrape every last bit out the jar. Somebody once asked me, what's your biggest fear? My biggest fear was dying as that 300-pound man, never knowing I could be the person I am today. See, a lot of us out here wasting shit, but it ain't just toothpaste or food we wasting who we are, our potential. You got to drain that shit dry, squeeze out every last drop of yourself. Stay hard.
With Asana, AI teammates are here to help keep work on track. Try it for free.
So the other day, me and my girl sitting on the couch watching this animal show. They show this fawn getting born out in the wild. My girl's all like, RWW. Look, it's just like Bambi. And I'm sitting there like, that motherfucker's fucked. That thing's gonna get hunted down real quick. The little fawn looked all exposed and fragile out there in the wild. It got me thinking about myself growing up. The only difference between that fawn and me is that the fawn could hide. I thought I could too. I struggled in school, so I'd sit in the back, hoping the teacher wouldn't call on me. But guess what? I still got exposed. Same thing happened when I was in the military, scared of the water, and that fear found me out. A lot of us out here trying to find that back seat in the classroom of life, hoping we never get called on. But let me tell you, your fears will always find you. They know where you're hiding. Stay hard. So, I'm about 15 miles from home. And you know I'm always talking about taking souls. This morning, this person I usually train alone hits me up and says they want to run with me. I'm like, cool, we'll run 15 miles. Morning comes and there's a storm rolling in. The person calls me up like, hey, maybe we should run tomorrow instead. That's when I decided to take their soul. I told them I'm running 15 today and I'll run with you again tomorrow. That's what taking souls is all about, pushing through when everyone else is looking for an excuse. Don't worry about the weather or what's going on around you. You got to get out there and make it happen. That's taking souls. And it's obvious they weren't the only ones thinking about taking the day off cause of the storm. I'm out here and there ain't a soul in sight but me. I've been grinding lately, had to go back to the lab, readjusting shit in my mind. Been putting in miles every day, running over 20 miles, getting up early, going to bed early, eating right. But this last week, it started taking a toll on me. Normally, I don't think too much about it. I just lace up my shoes and head the fuck out. But lately, that internal voice been talking to me saying, man, you're tired. And I've been sitting there staring at my shoes for 30 minutes before putting them on, pushing back the time to go run. So I decided to tape record myself, that internal voice. Played it back, and I sounded like a straight up bitch. If you ever find yourself struggling, tape yourself and listen to the kind of shit you're saying. You might realize how much of a bitch you're being. Stay hard. Back when I was in the military, we used to go on these instructor-led runs. Most of the time we knew where we were starting and where we were starting and where we were going to finish. So on the way back, you see folks starting to get all happy and shit, thinking the end was near. But there was always some slick-ass instructors who could sense that joy. And right when folks thought they were done, these instructors would just keep on running right past that so-called finish line. And man, when that happened, the whole vibe changed. Everybody stopped talking. Heads started dropping. And that's when I started taking souls. See, I knew exactly what was going on in their minds. They were living off that hope factor. They were hoping the instructors would stop running, hoping the water wouldn't be cold, hoping the weather would be nice and easy. But let me tell you, I don't live off that hope bullshit. I wish the water was cold as fuck. I wish those instructors would keep on running till they dropped. I wish for that damn rain to pour down on me. Cause when you don't know where the end is, when the distance is unknown, that's when you find out who the fuck you really are. Stay hard. So why the hell am I out here in Nashville? 90 degrees, running with 7 layers on and a 45-pound pack? In 2014, I had to drop out of Badwater because of some health issues. Now, Badwater, that's the great equalizer. That heat slows everybody down. I ain't the fastest runner, but what I got is a relentless grind. I train hard for the heat, so when that heat hits, I'm ready for it. One thing we do in life is we let people who got more skills, who are faster, who seem better than us, get in our damn heads. Right now, before someone even steps on a tennis court with Roger Federer, they're already 2 sets down mentally. We can't be living like that. You got to find a way to get on an equal playing field with whoever you're up against. Get in the damn game and show them what you're made of. With success comes more haters. That's just facts. But you can't let them hurt your feelings. Use them as fuel. Use them as energy when you're running low. Keep them on that mental Rolodex in your mind. And when you don't feel like doing shit, when you want to quit, roll through your brain and pull up that memory of someone who said you couldn't do it. Who said you weren't fast enough, good enough, smart enough, whatever the fuck they said. Use that as your fuel. Don't kill him with kindness, torture him with your success. In life, you got to keep pushing past the odds. Use every damn thing this world throws at you as fuel. Stay hard. Some of y'all read this might be thinking about those perfect days when the sun's shining and it's 70 degrees. Well, newsflash, it ain't that today. Reality check is 90 degrees out here, 100% humidity, and it's a damn sweatbox. But who gives a fuck? I got this deadline, September 3rd, to turn my book in. And as I'm reading through it, I realized something. I wasn't born this way. I built this motherfucker. At the bottom of all that insecurity, fear, self-doubt, and lies, there was me curled up in the fetal position. But I didn't stay there. I recognized it. I was honest about it. I faced it. And I fixed that shit. We love to put on a show on social media acting like we're all that. But deep down, you know you got to get to the source of the problem and fix it. The most important conversation you'll ever have is the one you have with yourself. You wake up with it, carry it around all day, go to bed with it, and eventually you act on it good or bad. There's haters everywhere, jealous ass people trying to get in your head. Here's the deal. They're always going to try to mess with your mind. What do a lot of boxers do before a big fight? They disappear, get away from all the distractions. But most of us can't do that. We got to learn to live amongst the distractions and still stay focused. Stay in your own damn mind. Don't let anybody else take control of it. So I'm out here running and this dude passes me and says, Goggins, just be average today. Man, some of y'all have been average for so damn long. You don't even know what it means to put in real hard work anymore. But for those of you who want to be more than average, who got that fire but don't know how to use it, here's the deal. Every single day the grind is there and you can find a way to get those gears turning again. This is the mindset you need. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but there's somebody out there who wants what you got. They want the position you're in, the job you have, the partner you're with. There's someone out there hungry as fuck and they're eyeing everything you got. Whether it's true or not, you got to make that your motivation. Because if it is true, then it's going to be your ass if you don't stay ready. Stay hard. Back when I was going through training, we had to carry these heavy ass boats on our heads, man. There were 6 of us, and let me tell you, that boat was no joke. The front of that boat, it was the heaviest part. So you know what happened? Those weaker folks always tried to slip to the back. The back was where the boat barely touched your head, so they called it ducking boat. People would crouch down, tuck their heads under, just trying not to let that weight break their damn necks. But you know what? A lot of folks out here living life just like that. They ride in the back, ducking that weight, trying to avoid the real pressure. They want to be part of the team, want to claim the same victories, but when it's time to put in the work, they ain't carrying shit. They just hanging on, letting everybody else bear the load. But life don't work like that, man. Sometimes you got to step up, take the front and block that damn win for everybody else. That's what it means to be strong. Stay fucking hard. Look, I get it. Not every message I drop is for everybody. There's some weak, soft-ass people out there who want to pick apart what I'm saying. If that's you, just tune the fuck out. Life ain't about medals, trophies, certificates, houses, money, cars, or fame. All that shit don't mean nothing. What matters is the scars. When it's all said and done, nobody's going to judge you on your medals. They're going to judge you on your scars. Those scars show that you were willing to get to the other side, to fail and get back up, to start from scratch when needed. They show you had the guts to go the distance, to push yourself to see what you're made of. So don't be afraid to get those scars. That's what life's about. Stay hard. As we head into this year, let's approach our goals with a whole new mindset, a surgical mindset. When I was in elementary, we had this science teacher who told us to take a glass, put it in the sink, and let a single drip of water fall into it overnight. By the morning, that glass would be full. He was trying to teach us about volume, but I didn't learn a damn thing about volume that day. What I learned was patience. All I wanted to do was turn that damn faucet on full blast and fill the glass up quick. But that ain't how our goals work. Goals don't happen overnight. They happen like that slow drip of water. But here's the thing. That drip was doing more than filling the glass. It was building endurance in my mind, callous in my brain for the long haul. That's the lesson. This shit takes time. And you got to be patient. Merry fucking Christmas and stay hard. Now, I know a lot of y'all are out here grinding, pushing hard. But let me tell you, most of y'all are scared to go to that dark side of your mind. When you're pushing yourself, there's this door in your mind, and a lot of folks are too scared to open it. Once you do, you find yourself in a dark-ass tunnel where you can't see shit. But here's the thing about being in the dark. If you got the courage to stay there long enough, your eyes will start to adjust. Your body and your mind will always adjust to more pain, more suffering. If you really want to push yourself to the limit, remember this, your mind will quit way before your body does. You got to be willing to dive deep into that darkness and find more of yourself. That's where the growth happens. Stay hard. Don't get it twisted. It ain't about flipping tires or looking tough. I'm out here in Las Vegas and it's hot as fuck. But let me tell you something. It ain't about the heat, the location, or the grind you see. It's about control. Most of why I'll just let life drag you around like you ain't got no say in it. You out here giving up all your power to whatever life throws at you, letting it dictate your every move. That's some weak ass shit. Every morning, I'm out here prepping my mind for the shit life's gonna hit me with. You see, a strong body fuels a strong mind. That's the real deal. So when you step into battle, you better be coming correct with the right mindset, the right armor ready to take on whatever fuckery comes your way. In combat, we suit up with body armor, right? But out here in the real world, too many of all walking around mentally naked, thinking you can just coast through without building up your mind. That's where you fuck up. You got to train that brain, toughen it up, so when life tries to break you down, you got your defenses up. You're protected. Some folks don't get it when I say I'm training for life. 2020 should have been a wake-up call for everybody. People lost jobs, businesses, family shit got real. A lot of folks ended up in the hospital, clinging to life and all that trauma. That shit messes with your head. People see how hard I push, how much I work out, and they think I'm running from demons. Nah, motherfucker. It ain't demons. It's discipline. I'm a disciple of that shit. And let me tell you, you can't outrun your demons. They'll track you down every time. The only way to conquer them is to face them head on, look them dead in the eye, and make them your bitch. That mindset, that's the only thing that'll pull you through when shit gets tough. I'm about 19 and a half miles deep into this run, and people want to know about 2007. That year, I did the Hurt 100, Moab 150, Badwater 135, Leadville, Bear 100, AC 100, Plain 100, and a few other hundreds I can't even remember. 750-mile races, 550 Kansas. I was stacking races like it was nothing. How'd I do it? Focus. I zeroed in on the race in front of me. That was my whole world. I wasn't stressing about the next one. And when it was time to recover, I took that shit seriously. I didn't run like a maniac between races. I rested, kept it light with about 20 miles a week, and stayed sharp for the next race. Life's got a way of toughening up your mind if you let it. Growing up, I was light-skinned, caught in between, never fitting anywhere. White folks called me a nigger, black folks called me a sellout, a half-breed. My mind was trapped in a valley of self-doubt, stuck in the darkness. But I wasn't content to stay there. I was willing to climb the mountain, look down and see the reality of my life for what it was. And the truth, I had friends, I had people. But my mindset was fucked up, always ready for the negative, always defensive. That's how a lot of us are now, quick to react, quick to jump the gun. But with all the shit going on in the world, we got to stop being so fucking defensive. We need to listen, to hear each other out, whether it's good or bad. That's how we move forward. Stay hard. All right, listen up. Anybody that's been following me knows one damn thing. I should be a fat guy. So I get all these emails about how folks want to lose weight. I want to lose 50 pounds in 3 months. How do I do it? And my response, what have you done so far? I already know the answer. The answer is nothing. You woke up one morning and decided to email me thinking I got some magic trick for you. You've been waking up for days, weeks, months, not liking what you see in the mirror. You go out for a little run, feeling your fat jiggling, and you can't stand it. If you really want it, everything you need is out there for free. Google that shit. My diet was simple. Breakfast run, lunch run, dinner run, snack run, stay hard. At the start of the year, I all had goals, ambition, a lot of drive, a lot of motivation. Well, guess what? It's Easter now, middle of April. When I navigate, I put backstops out there to make sure I don't get too far off course. I do the same in my personal life to stay on track with my goals and dreams. A lot of you ain't proud of who you are. You don't like the person you become. Do what I did. Start from scratch. Create somebody you're proud of. Stay hard. On October 31st, I put up a video showing my leg with a lot of edema. I put my hand on it, and man, I got a lot of bad comments on that. A lot of hate came out of that. Talking shit like I'll never run again. And yeah, there was a good chance I wasn't going to. But I thought about it for a long time. They got this stuff out there called Calm. Before you go to sleep, you play it. Ocean waves, birds, waterfalls, thunder, all that shit. So I made a Goggins remix of all your shit talking. Played that from the bed. Evil. Violent shit. Woke up refreshed, ready to kick ass. I'm 22 miles an hour, running videos are back. Stay hard. When I was in the military, I went to this school. It's all about projects. They give you a wheelbarrow with 5 people, but the wheelbarrow had no wheel. They give you big ass cinder blocks, 2 X4s, and you got to get all that shit from point A to point B in one carry. They want you to get creative. When I was born, I had all kinds of heart issues, lung issues, bone issues, so I had to get creative. I didn't have a lot to work with. A lot of you use that as an excuse. You don't have a lot to work with, so you want to die all preserved. Make sure you die being used up. Find out what you have and get the maximum potential out to that shit. Stay hard. All right, check this out. This medical student comes up to me the other day, telling me about how hard he's been grinding, talking about all these tests he's got to pass. He goes, I studied my ass off for the step 1 test, and I still failed it. There was this awkward silence after he spoke. I was waiting for more. In the military, they got this saying, first time, every time. But I wasn't that guy. I failed damn near everything I tried the first time. I was known for coming back even harder after I failed. Success ain't a straight line, it's a maze. And just when you think you figured that maze out, you hit a wall and you got to turn your ass around and start again. Stay hard. We all know about stage 5 clingers, those folks who just can't let go of anything. We got people out here whose boyfriend or girlfriend broke up with them, and they're still obsessing. They know everything about their ex, what kind of car they're driving, their new promotion, their new house, all that shit. Then we got folks who've been wronged and just can't move on, can't get over not getting into that school they wanted. Past failures, disappointments, holding on to all that shit ain't healthy as fuck. The sun rises, the sun sets, and you're still in the same damn spot. Stay hard. It might be April where you are expecting some nice weather and shit, but it's 20 deg. Or maybe you're somewhere where it's hot as hell. Maybe your legs are sore, your back hurts, your shoulders aching. The struggle is real. It never gets any easier, you gotta get harder. Yesterday I was out there getting after it. Had one of the best runs I've had in a long time, PR'd that shit. But here's the thing, nobody cares what you did yesterday. Your only a game is what you do today. I'm here for those who want to get better, not for those who want to stay the same. Stay hard. Listen up. Another damn year is come and gone. And too many of us are still stuck in the same spot we were last year. What the hell are you waiting on? We sleep away 1/3 of our damn lives, and yet we act like we can afford to take fucking days off. We think we've got the right to kick back and give ourselves all these fucking options on which path we're going to take in life. Like, am I going to run today? Am I going to work out today? Oh, it's Christmas. It's New Year's. It's my birthday. Do you really think time gives a fuck that is Christmas, New Year's, or your damn birthday. Nah, you're giving yourself too many fucking options. Time ain't waiting on nobody. You keep sitting around wondering what the fuck you want to do, and you're just giving away precious time. So here's the deal, stop following the fucking crowd. They might be out here taking time off, but you can't afford to be lazy. Now, I got a damn good question today. Somebody asked me, I'm busting my ass, but I'm not seeing results. Here's the problem we get on social media, and that shit poisons us. We see all these fit models, snapshots of great legs, tight asses, big arms, broad shoulders, chiseled chests, all that shit. We see those snapshots, and then we start grinding for weeks, months, and we don't see those same results. We get pissed, comparing ourselves to these damn pictures. But here's what you're missing. You're seeing a snapshot of that fucking fitness model, that person you want to be. Half of us ain't even built to look like that. So instead of getting caught up in that shit, take a snapshot of your own damn self, how you looked before and where you're at now. That's the comparison you need to make yourself against yourself. Don't let that shit poison you. Stay hard. Now, let me tell you something real. I just got up after 17 hours. All right? And I know you're probably thinking, take a day off. Hell no, no days off. You know why? Because there's always somebody out there working harder than you. I'm haunted by that shit. Knowing there's someone out there who's willing to give up comfort, sacrifice sleep, and do whatever the fuck it takes to be better, to be the best. In life, there's always that one person. You might not have a name or face to them, but they exist. So you make damn sure, if you're thinking about that person, that you put a name and face to them. And make sure it's your name, your face, you do the haunting. Get in somebody's head. Own that space. And when you feel like quitting, cause we all do, remember every damn hour, every day, every sacrifice you made to be the best. Stay hard. What's your fucking excuse this time? Is it too cold where you live? Too hot? Does it rain too fucking much? Nah, it's time for some real talk. Maybe you're the only black person applying for that fucking job. Maybe you're the only woman in the room. Maybe you're the only fucking gay person trying to break through. Whatever the fuck it is, maybe it's sitting in your head, taking up space, and making excuses for why you ain't pushing harder. Life's a big ass picture, man. And when I was young, all that shit was stuck in my head being black, not feeling smart enough, growing up with a single mom. That shit owns space in my mind. But here's the deal. If you're letting people's situations or your own damn thoughts live rent free in your head, you're losing. Point blank. Let me tell you something. Life is one big fucking head game. And it's you against yourself. If you're losing, it's because you're letting life get in your head and take control. Stay hard. Here's the harsh truth, most of why I ain't making it. Because you keep giving up every damn time things get tough. Listen to this. You could have given up last year. Hell, you should have given up 2 years ago if you were going to quit. You should have thrown in the towel when you were down $2,000. But you didn't. You've already put in the work minus 998 hits deep. So why the fuck would you quit now? You finished school. And now it's hard because you can't find that dream job. You should have quit back in your first class if that was the case. But you went through 4 or 5 years of school and now you want to quit? Nah, man, now's not the time to give up. You understand this? If you don't execute the plan, if you don't get your ass up in the morning when you're tired, scared, and uncertain, you ain't just cheating yourself, bro. You're cheating your family, your employees, your team, whoever's counting on you. It's bigger than you. That fire, that drive, it's in you. You just got to let it out. You got to discover it. Every damn day you got to put in the work to pull back the cover on who the fuck you really are. Because I promise you, the only difference between you and those people doing what you want to do is that they realized they had it in them. And they started going after it. Today. This is the biggest struggle I see in young people. And when I say young, I'm not just talking about age. You could be 55 and still feel like you haven't lived up to your potential. Maybe you've been telling yourself your whole life that you don't have the strength, the power, the ability to be great. But let me tell you something. You can look in the mirror right now and decide that today is the day you start making that fucking change. I don't care where you come from, what your hardships are, or what your story is. Every single one of us has that fire in us. Think about it, every great story, every person you admire, every role model you look up to, they all start exactly where you are right now. So what are you going to do? Are you going to keep feeding yourself that same fucking story that you're not capable, that you're different?